SJ and it is Baby Name Monday. I do a new baby name video here on YouTube every Monday. Full playlist is always linked below. So yeah, I've done bohemian names, bird names, flower names, hipster boy names, folk names, you name it, I've named it. So today's video is a little different. I'm actually in my daughter Evelina's room, which now sounds really echoey, but yes, that's where I am today. And I'm filming the least popular baby names for 2018. Now, when I say the least popular names, what I've done is looked at the full list of every baby named in the year that we have the latest data for, which is actually last year. And then I have taken the very bottom. So these are the ones that 3 babies were called, and if there was just 1 baby called it doesn't hit this list. But I think it's really interesting to look right down the bottom of the list because we're so obsessed with what's right at the top, Oliver and Olivia, and I will link the top 10 baby names for boys and girls in the description box below. But what's right down at the bottom is super interesting. Actually, a lot of it is just stuff that's just spelt unusually or hyphenated names and things like that. But there are some lovely names down there that we don't want to make the mistake of ignoring. So I've got my top pick 4 for boys and my top 4 for girls, and I will go boy, girl, and I'd love to know what you think of these names in the comments below. I would also love it if you hit subscribe. If the subscribe button is red, you are not subscribed, so hit subscribe, and if you click the little bell next to it, that just means you'll get a notification when there is a new baby name video, so you won't miss any. So the first unpopular baby name that I really like actually is the name Chaplain. So there were 3 baby boys named Chaplain last year, so it's right down at the bottom there. But how cool is it? I think it's really cool. I immediately thought of Charlie Chaplain, but of course it's also kind of a clergy name, so it's kind of got that occupational thing going for it. What do you think of first, Charlie Chaplain or kind of clergyman Chaplain? I love the sound of it. Charlie is such a popular name, isn't it? And it's got the same beginning, but it's really quirky and cool. I was trying to think would there be a good nickname for it. I mean, obviously chap is kind of like slang for boy or guy type of thing, so that might not be as nice, but yeah, I reckon it kind of lends itself too well to nicknames. But why not just go with Chaplain? So yeah, not very popular, but I think it's lovely. For girls, a lot of these least popular names were like words that aren't actually normal names. Oh, there were some great ones. I'm going to do a whole video on them, but one I loved was Tuesday. So there were actually 3 baby girls named Tuesday. There was also 3 Sundays, but I think Sunday I've heard of more because of our celebrity Fern from Towie. She had a daughter called Sunday, which I love, and Nicole Kidman has a Sunday. Tuesday I just think is also gorgeous. I think there's not many days of the week that I don't really like, but Tuesday is so pretty, isn't it? Wednesday's tough because of Wednesday Addams, I guess. Saturday, maybe not my favourite, but yeah, Tuesday, I just really like it. And Tuesday's child is full of grace. I wonder if I was born on a Tuesday. Not that I'm full of grace. I just had a random memory that I think I was, because I was born on Shrove Tuesday. I was born on Pancake Day, so I could have been a Tuesday. But I just think it's absolutely beautiful, and I think thinking of days of the week, months, letters, names, all of those things are going to be a big trend. So only 3 Tuesdays last year, but maybe it's going to go up. What do you reckon? For boys, the next least popular name that only 3 babies were called is the name Diggory. I really like Diggory. My friend Anna, who has a YouTube channel, I'll link it below, she's got the most gorgeous scrummy boy called Diggory. I just love it. I love Diggs as a nickname. I just think it's really cool. It's quite an upper class British sounding to me. It's actually French though originally, and it means astray, so it's a bit roguish, isn't it? And it really matches its name, like Diggory. You can imagine him being a real kind of cheeky chaffy. So I just really like the name Diggory, and it's a shame there are only 3 babies called it, so it's not very popular, but you could go for it. For girls, next one I've chosen, which only had 3 people chose last year, is the name Rooty. So I'm absolutely sure that I've either read or watched something really recently with a baby called Rooty. Have you? It's really bugging me. So it's a beautiful name. My sister-in-law actually has a stepdaughter called Ruth, which is the Scandinavian for Ruth. So it's more popular over there, but it's quite unusual sounding for us, isn't it, Ruth? But it's very earthy, it's quite hipster, very folky, kind of rooty. It just sounds really, really pretty. I love it with a little I at the end. It's cute, isn't it? So yeah, it's just a Scandinavian German variation of Ruth. So it's a Hebrew name, but yeah, I think it's absolutely beautiful. And I think if I heard a little Rooty, I'd be like, that is a beauty. Oh. So chuffed with that. Next up for boys is the name Godfrey. Now we've all heard the name Godfrey, haven't we? But it's not so popular. Mainly I was reading a lot of forums because of the nickname issue. God, that's quite hard, isn't it? But it's just quite cool. It's kind of got that old man coolness about it. It's really divisive. I love. What do you think? Do you love it or loathe it? Let me know in the comments below. If I met little Godfrey, I genuinely don't think I would just, I think I'd be like, oh, cute. The same as I would if it was like a Huey or a Stanley, like these kind of vintage names that are maybe coming back. But then I've got a very wide threshold tolerance for baby names, obviously, because I do this channel. But yeah, what do you reckon, Godfrey? It's actually Irish as a name, and it means peace of God or peace from God, I think. So it's beautiful, isn't it, for that reason? And I just think it's lovely. It doesn't sound too worthy, even though it's got God in the title, Godfrey. It just sounds kind of like a bit of a quirky old school granddad type of name to me. For girls, I was really surprised by this one because I love it, but it only had 3 babies called Ottoline last year. Now, Ottoline or Ottoline or Ottolin, I don't know for 100% sure. I think I would say Ottoline naturally. Or Ottoline I really, really like as well. I always say Adeline, and apparently you feel very, I should say Ottolin. So I don't know, but Sienna Miller's daughter is called Marlo Ottoline, and yes, I love the name Marlo. It was one of our contenders, and I was surprised this was so low down. Otto is of course a really popular boy name at the moment. Adeline is a really popular girl name. So putting the two together, with Olivia being our top name, we love O names, don't we? So Ottoline, oh, I think it's lovely. I think you couldn't go wrong with it apart from the pronunciation. There was a very famous lady, Ottoline Morell, who was an English aristocrat who was almost like a muse for a lot of artists, so like T.S. Eliot, Aldous Huxley referenced her, so that's just really cool, isn't it? I love that type of heritage, literary muse. What could be better? So yeah, and Sienna Miller link, you know, besties. So yeah, I reckon Ottoline is lovely, and I was surprised it's so unpopular. Last up for boys, I was really surprised as well, is the name Lane. There were only 3 baby boys named Lane last year. Maybe it's a bit of a gender neutral name. A lot of people saw it as a girl name. Actually, Finn's got a little boy called Lane in his class, and he's really cute, and I love the name, and it really made him stand out to me. So it is a great choice, I think. Obviously, it is an English word for a little small street, a lane, but you think of things like the lanes in Brighton, which is like a really cool vintagey sort of place to be, or probably not so much anymore, it's a bit more built up, isn't it? But it's kind of very villagey, it's kind of very rural, it's very pretty. It makes me think of lovely relaxing weekends, and I just love the sound of it. It's also got a bit of glamour about it, sort of that American lane. So yeah, I just think it sounds lovely, and I was really surprised to see it right down at the bottom of the popularity list. For girls, I chose one I've never heard before, which I thought you might really like, and this is the last one for girls, and it is the name Kinley. Have you heard of Kinley? I'd never heard it. It means fair hero. So I loved its kind of like feminist meaning as well. And of course, Finley is a really kind of gender neutral name, getting more popular for girls. I'd never heard Kinley. And I think the K is really, really pretty, and the Lee ending is lovely. The meaning's lovely, and it's just a really gorgeous one. I really like Kin as a little nickname. I think it's cute. It'd probably get confused with Kim, wouldn't it? So those are the least popular names in the UK this year that I have chosen as beautiful ones languishing at the bottom of the popularity lists. I would love to know any more you've heard, unusual ones that you think might be creeping in, and mainly what you think of these names to help mamas choose and dads. And don't forget to hit subscribe to follow along, and there'll be a new Baby Name Monday next week. I'll see you then, guys. Lots of love. Bye bye.